Hey everyone, it's Kelsey here, and today I have a layout to share with you guys. I really liked this free downloadable print thing that Studio Calico gave away, and so I printed it out, and I didn't know exactly how I wanted to work with it um, until I decided that I wanted to work with watercolors, and then I ended up using a few other things in my stash, but mostly I wanted to focus on the printable and I didn't like how the tag was, so I was trying to cut it, and then it kept looking uneven, and yeah, I should have just left it the way it was. But anyway, so mostly what I'll be using is crepe paper, Kiss Kiss, um, the collection, just because that's the Valentine's Day collection. So anyway, as you saw, I cut down that printable. It was 8.5 by 11, and I just cut it down so it would fit a little bit better. And I'm rounding the corners. And I took a piece of watercolor paper and cut it down to 8.5 by 11. And I've been using this size a lot lately. I don't know. I'm just kind of drawn to the 8.5 by 11 size, I guess. So I'm really liking it though. And part of that decision was fueled by the fact that my watercolor paper is only 9 by 12, so I can't make a 12 by 12 layout anyway. So, um, let's see. I sped this up quite a bit just because watercoloring, I mean, there's no real technique. It's nothing special. I just put water on paper and then put the paint down and just got it all running and moving. And yeah, I just kind of dab it on there. And um, the paper did get pretty buckled by the end, but I don't mind that. So, and I tried to be aware of the fact that I just needed to do the edges because the printable was going to cover up most of the middle. So, but then I ended up needing more around the edges even than I thought. So I just went with various shades of reds and pinks. And I'm kind of bummed because this watercolor collection from Michaels, I really liked it. I like all the colors in this set, and I like um, how cheap it was and everything else. But it doesn't have a really good just plain red, and that kind of bums me out. So I'm just kind of patting this dry, and then I'm going to pull the printable back and see where I need more color. And I can just tell that I need a lot more. So I'm just adding little bits of color around. And then I'm going to try out a color that I'm not sure about. So I'm testing it out in the middle because I know then it's covered up. And I didn't 100% love it because it's a little more like purpley. So I didn't use a ton of it, but I did. I think it added just a little bit. So, but yeah, I really like this watercolor set. I just wish there was like another set of it that had more colors. But anyway, so then I took out my new Martha Stewart gilding, and I love this stuff. I think it's so cool. Um, I don't know. I really like it. The only thing I don't like is when you get those little. It's like a pink tinge to it that I I don't know. It's just I don't know how to get rid of it because I feel like I've shaken the paint up and stirred it up really well, and I'm still getting like these smudges of pink where that's like the base color of this gilding. But yeah. Anyway, so I tested it out, and even though I didn't really love any of the tests, I just went ahead and put it on my tag that I cut out earlier. I just really like the wood grain, and the gold actually shows up a lot better in real life. The other thing that I really like about that gilding is it dries super quick. Um, so it was probably already dry by the time I had like set it to the side, but I just wanted to make really sure. So there, I was trying to make sure that my paper was 9 by 12 because I had cut it down a little bit, but I knew that I needed to cut it more. So I was kind of giving myself that breathing room, if that makes sense, because you can always like that way. Like if I really hated the bottom part, I could cut extra off the bottom, if that makes sense, instead of cutting it all down at the first. So yeah. Anyway, so I went ahead and used my big ATG gun. I still have some tape in this gun, and I haven't been loving my American Crafts little tape runner lately, so I decided instead that I would use my ATG gun, which I think will work better on a watercolored buckled surface anyway. In here you can see I'm pulling out the stickers and the ephemera pack for the Kiss Kiss collection. And so this is kind of like a mixed media layout because I didn't put a picture on there or anything, but I just really like the way it turned out, and I'm just putting it in my regular scrapbooking album just because I think it's just something a little bit different in there, and I really had fun playing with it. And I did have a lot of fun using up so much of my Valentine's collection, just because a lot of the words, even though we don't do a lot for Valentine's Day, and even though I think this is definitely applicable to like just a love layout, there's also a lot of things that say Valentine's on them. So I just kind of made sure to use those up on this layout and then in my planner for week 7. So you guys can check that video out if you want to see more of how I use some of these Valentine's products. But that is mostly going to finish this layout up. I'm just going to add a few extra little bits and pieces here and there, and that's going to be it. So you guys can check out a photo over on my blog. I will link that up down below, so you can go see a still photo. But other than that, I'm going to just say goodbye, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, and if you would just please hit that subscribe button, it really helps me out. Have a great day, everyone.